Once a jolly swagman camped by the billy bong under the shade of a coolabah tree. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck to drink at the billy bong. Up jumped the swagman and swabbed him with glee. And he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up rode the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Up rode the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Where's the jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Where's that jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Jumped the swagman and sprang into the billy boy. You'll never take me alive, said he. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll never take me alive, said he. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Oh, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
That's how we start the podcast? Are you already recording? That's how you record?
Yeah, I am now.
I kept recording as you were screaming.
Well, I was recording when I started making the noise. So that's the start
I
of the
anticipated that the podcast would start with.
That's the beauty of
How was
being
that?
professional.
Wait, I'm Robert Evans. Welcome.
Okay.
No, I don't like it.
I'm
I'm not doing it.
No one else is Robert Evans because nobody else gets to introduce my show atonally and wordlessly.
We have started then.
We have started.
Yes,
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 the show has
That's
begun.
correct,
Hi,
Robert
everybody.
Evans.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, America, and parts of Canada.
And the
a little bit
UK.
of New Zealand.
We
No,
got-
we don't let them on here.
Yes, we do.
We're
They
done.
well, I love you guys.
There are some real strict geotags
In
that disseminate
Australia,
this show.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
If you're good,
on the list.
you could
Shady
be next.
motherfuckers is what I think.
Hello, America,
Oh.
except the
Wow,
Celtics
I'm
fans
very-
in Boston. I don't say hi to you.
This has been quite the introduction. It's the last day of August as we record this, and
We
August
did
is a
it.
month. We did it, kind of, maybe. I mean, we'll see. The missiles could all start firing anytime in the next several hours.
Yeah, we got like 9 hours left.
Yeah, we got like 9 hours.
Go sit in it.
But I did say, I don't know, I started saying a few months back that August was going to be a really fucking horrible month, and it's been a really fucking horrible month. As I like this Saturday, like 2 days ago, I guess, less than 2 days ago, a guy got shot dead in the streets of Portland. That was not good. Looks like people are going to be escalating a series of heavily armed rallies between left-wing and right-wing demonstrators that are likely to degenerate in a gunfight. So September might be even worse. Probably is going to be. So that's good.
I'm really tired of you being right, Robert.
Too much time until November. So, folks, when things like this happen, and when I say things like this, I mean the complete collapse of democratic society into an authoritarian, blood-soaked nightmare. When things like this happen, we here at Behind the Bastards know of only one way to try to keep people's spirits up, try to maintain, that fighting spirit that we're all going to need to get through this. And that way is, of course, reading excerpts from Ben Shapiro's unbelievably terrible novel, True Allegiance.
Beautiful prose. Gosh, describe it correctly. My goodness.
Did I introduce the show, or Katie and Cody, or did I just start shouting atonally?
No, I can do it.
Okay, what is the show, Sophie?
This show is Behind the Bastards, and it's
That's
hosted
good.
by you, Robert Evans. I am
right.
I am your executive producer, Sophie Lichterman.
All
Anderson
scanning so
is is our CEO.
Okay.
And then we're joined today by Katie Stoll and Cody Johnston of some more news, even more news, worst year ever, and just epicness.
That's good. Okay,
Well done. That
everybody's
was great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
on
you so
the
much.
on the horse. The horse, everyone has boarded the horse. So
All the horse.
folks.
I thought you were going to say the horse is in the back, and I got really scared that you knew a pop culture reference.
the horse in a bag? No, I don't know any of that. What I do know is that we just finished when we last left off, and I recommend there's been 3 episodes of this
I believe
beforehand.
so.
We're just going through and we're just skimming Ben's novel and reading chunks of it because it's very funny. The last chapter was Brett Hawthorne, combat general and prisoner of terrorist man in the city of
Tall
Tehran,
man.
Iran, which is
Attacked by short terrorists.
attacked by the bear of a man, kidnapped by short terrorists. So yeah, Brett Hawthorne, kidnapped by terrorists. He just had gotten thrown into the cell after having his big meeting with the bad terrorist guy, the evil terrorist. Drifted off to sleep thinking of his wife, Ellen, or the TV show Ellen.
That's unclear at this point.
It's unclear. Yes. I choose. I mean, I'm praying for Ellen too, Brett. We all are.
We all are.
Okay, so the next chapter is a President Prescott chapter, which is again
Ooh.
Barack Obama but white.
Yes.
Barack Obama but white and mixed with a little bit of FDR and Hitler.
And Hitler. Like, let's not forget the other parts.
Okay, what were you asking, Katie?
I was gonna say, did we decide like a prototype for him, like a Kevin Costner? I don't know if that's.
It seems like Ben is patterning the president in this off of the kind of person who has not gotten elected ever in Democratic
Okay.
politics, but Republicans believe is he's like the fantasy Republican Democratic president, right? So he's like a little bit of Bill Clinton
Yeah, okay.
mixed in with a little bit of Hitler. That's what we get with
Yeah,
President
yeah,
Prescott. Yeah. President Prescott always felt a surge of power through his body when he sat in the Situation Room. This is where they had made all their biggest decisions. It's where Kennedy read teletype during the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's where President Barack Obama had sat watching SEAL Team 6 take out Osama bin Laden. And this is where Prescott knew he'd be sitting at the head of the table while American Special Operations troops dispatched Ibrahim Ashami. It is kind of unclear in this up until now. I think this is the first Barack Obama reference we get.
Yeah,
Very
high
unclear
praise for Barack Obama.
what the timing has been of American history in Ben Shapiro's alternate timeline.
He's a
Right,
very
is
important
this
question.
just the president right after Obama?
Yeah, I
or
think this is the guy. This is
later?
like, what if a random Democrat who was also Hitler got elected instead of Trump? That's.
I mean,
the
you could make a
fantasy.
case that is Trump in some capacities, but
Yeah. Except for Trump, I don't think he's ever been awed by the weight of a historical.
No, no.
Anything.
Because he's not really capable of feeling the emotion of awe. But anyway, so they intelligence figured out General Hawthorne's signal. If you remember, he was on one of those terrorist videos and he blinked the coordinates of where he was.
Heck yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's good. Hawthorne had spoken the pre-written message from Ashami just as Ashami had written it, prompting a national debate on whether Hawthorne should have complied with the propaganda requirements of the world's leading terrorist. But intelligence kept the fact that Hawthorne hadn't complied under their hat. While the rest of the world had watched Hawthorne's mouth, intelligence had watched his eyes. Which is very funny to me because every time anything vaguely that's vaguely a mystery occurs that involves a video clip that's anytime something like that goes viral, whether it's a murder or whatever, the entire internet sets to trying to solve it. And if this guy had been blinking in Morse code while delivering there's a 0% chance that everything he had been saying wouldn't have already been
Yeah, it would be
by
out there.
17-year-olds.
For sure,
Right?
we have
Like
internet
4chan
sleuths.
would have figured it out.
yes.
Yeah.
My favorite
Also,
reporter would have figured it out.
Was that one sentence that you just read?
But intelligence kept the fact that Hawthorne hadn't complied under the... Oh, wait, no, that's a few sentences. That's a couple.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good
So-
improvement, Ben.
Yep.
He had
Yeah.
a copy editor for this chapter.
Yeah, he must have. So yeah, Ben talks about how Hawthorne had taken the trick of blinking in Morse code from a Vietnam era POW who blinked out torture, which is maybe a little bit easier than blinking out the coordinates airstrike now and then geographical coordinates. But yeah, it's very funny. And also just that they would know that would be that the government would instantly agree. Yes, this captured person has called for an airstrike on the capital of a sovereign nation. That's got to be what we do.
Surely.
Yeah.
Well, not only do we know that that's what he's calling for, we're going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to launch. Yeah, well, no, he doesn't know. Ben doesn't know. The message prompted a full-scale debate inside the White House. It raised too many questions. First, was Hawthorne's location correct? How would he know where he was, given that prisoners were typically blindfolded and kept in windowless rooms before their executions? If Hawthorne was wrong about the location in a heavily populated area of Tehran, the United States could end up with the blood of dozens on its hands and an international mess almost impossible to clean up. They could blame it all on Iranian nuclear weapons, but after Iraq, the public wouldn't be buying.
That's not the
Ben.
reason.
Yeah.
And-
That's not the reason not to kill dozens of innocent people.
Yeah,
That the public might not buy it.
Right.
guess it is,
Maybe we
yeah.
can't get away with killing the civilians. Although, to be fair, he has written articles about how he doesn't care about civilian casualties. So
He sure
this
did.
isn't very surprising.
It just occurs to me, Cody, because that article he wrote about how he thought it was stupid whenever people complained about civilian casualties in Afghanistan, and it's fine to kill civilians in Afghanistan. He was 17 when he wrote that article.
He was.
There's probably a pretty good essay to be written by someone smarter than me about Ben Shapiro, age 17, urging the nation to mass murder strangers in Afghanistan, and Kyle Rittenhouse, age 17, taking his AR-15 across state lines illegally to shoot strangers in another city. Yeah,
Probably
something going on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Second, even if Hawthorne was right, could the American aircraft breach Iranian airspace to take out Ashami? A strike in a populated area would require too much pinpoint accuracy for a missile. Military aircraft would have to be utilized. Such an attack would surely have grave ramifications for international politics, including ongoing nuclear negotiations with the Iranian. Yeah, I think you're not going to keep negotiating with them if you bomb their capital right now. I do suspect that would have an impact.
Love it. It's logic and reason. He's doing logic and reason.
Yeah.
This is also incredibly boring.
It is really boring. It's basic stuff like, oh, they might shoot the plane down, and that would be a problem. He's tried to portray this dude as this feckless and wildly irresponsible president, but then everything that's going through in his head is yes, these are all things you'd have to consider if you were going to bomb the capital of Iraq.
Right. What are we spending our time on here?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, and then he has this thought go through the heads of this supposedly progressive Democratic candidate. The Israelis were sitting around waiting to strike Iran's nuclear facilities. With the Americans taking action on Iranian soil, they could take advantage of the situation to double up with a brief bombing campaign, sinking any possibility of a nuclear deal. It's I don't know, just very, very
Boring?
boring. Yeah, boring. Yeah.
It's It's not he's not doing a very legitimate thought process.
No.
But also it's boring. I don't need any of this. I don't need to hear this internal debate. Or if you're going to write a scene where they talk about these things and you have characters giving these viewpoints and then arguing. Like, show me
2 more long paragraphs where he just goes back and forth about like this would be a good foreign policy triumph and people won't call me a coward, but we could also just do it later. And it's just it's again, like you said,